First and foremost, I am most proud of how our team served our members this past year. We did a number of different things. First, we quickly shifted our time and our attention and our talent towards getting information out to our members.
They didn't know exactly what they needed in many cases. Yeah, they knew they were financially hurting, or yeah, they knew business was down, or that there was some type of impact. They certainly needed help with PPP and understanding regulations that were coming out that were flying at them a mile a minute. But many of them really didn't know what they didn't know.
It became all about connecting our members with the financial resources that were coming online to help them stay in operation. We did a complete member outreach effort. One of the bright spots from the year is that it was an intention of ours to be more member-centric and to connect with our members this year. We weren't expecting to connect over a pandemic, but we were able to connect within a couple months with every single member and learn what they needed and move forward. Second, I'm tremendously proud of the work we did collectively with our peer organizations, the Iowa City Area Development Group, the Iowa City Downtown District, and Think Iowa City. From there, we established the Project Better Together initiative. We very quickly pulled our communications team members together to set up a joint resource website, a weekly email newsletter, and a weekly State of the Community webinar. And then we looked at, besides sharing out information, what more can we do collectively together to really make an impact? And we pulled together a steering committee made up of organizations and leaders from around the community, representing all the different sectors, and really looking at collectively, what's going on in these different sectors, how can we connect the dots across the sectors, and what can we do together? Some of the things in particular that we're most proud of is our Holding Our Own Shop Local gift card campaign, where we were able to really incentivize consumer spending, and as a result, we had over $800,000 of impact in local spending. And a neat part of that too was that we were able to run a grant program where we distributed a little over $50,000 to about 33 different BIPOC and immigrant-owned businesses. The fact that we were able to continue with some of our original plans for the year, one of those being launching a new name and a new brand. We were able to do that at our annual banquet, which was in February of 2020. Yes, we had plans to continue that rollout and develop more collateral and all of that, but when the pandemic hit, we quickly put that on hold. But I will say, probably one of the silver linings is that the work that we did to help our community navigate this pandemic, as well as how we did it, really spoke to our new name. That being Iowa City Area Business Partnership. We exist to serve our businesses through thick and thin. We look to partner our members with each other, and we do our work via partnerships.
While I'm extremely proud of how we've repositioned ourselves and reimagined ourselves as far as a chamber under the new name of the business partnership, I'm equally as proud of our efforts to really flex and change our priorities. When I look at what we were able to do in 2020, what the team was able to do, and what the community really was able to rally around and support, I'm just truly amazed at what all was accomplished.
I'll start by saying what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that, looking back, hindsight, we would have done things differently in this pandemic. Everyone has done their darn best this past year. It's really more about looking back on this very difficult, painful time to really pull out some of those silver linings, those highlights, the things we learned that we want to take with us to improve in 2021. And it's about then shaping a better future for ourselves. I think as painful as this past year was, we learned a number of things, and it wasn't just the COVID-19 pandemic. There was also the continued racial injustices that sparked worldwide protests and protests in our own community. It was the derecho that came through, and really each one of them presented these tremendous learning opportunities, and we don't want to forget that. We want to take that with us and really help to use that to shape what a better, stronger future could look like. I think for us, one of the biggest silver linings is the collective work with our peer organizations. We've always had a really strong working relationship with our peer organizations, but this past year took it to a whole nother level. And I think on one hand, our team really enjoyed that, working with each other, but then the impact we were able to have collectively surpassed any impact we could have had individually. I think one of the other things we learned from the events of 2020 is what we want and what we don't want in our future as a community. What we want is a future that's inclusive, that's more resilient, that cares about everybody and everybody's well-being. And really what 2021 is going to be about is really building that vision for that future, and really not just getting our community through the pandemic, but helping to build that stronger, more resilient future.